It's time for another pointless video, and today we are going to take a look at the Toyota GT1's downforce at about 20 to 22 kilometers per hour. That's the theoretical top speed of the car in straight line with the current engine that it has. This video is not brought to you by Hobbytown, but I thought I'd give them a shout out. Great people in Ankeny, Iowa. Host races every Sunday night. We'd be happy to see you there. Also, I'm going to look at the wing I made earlier compared to one I made last night. But this is the one you probably care about. A lot of people are buying these cars because they're absolutely beautiful. I got the nose taped up a little bit because I'm actually going to race it, and it will protect it a little bit. But as you can tell, we've got our wind tunnel ready. We got our scales ready for measuring downforce front and back, and I have already calibrated the wind in this location at the seam at about 20 kilometers per hour. So without further ado, let's get some baselines and find out what the Toyota GT1 will actually do. Put the wind on and off. It's a heavy car. You know what? I'm going to put batteries in it. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a true weight bias with in race form. Alright, I'm back. I just put some batteries in it. One thing you may or may not know about the Toyota GT1, like we said earlier, it's a very heavy car. The body itself is 45 grams. It is a bit longer than other GT bodies of its type, and in this case it weighs about 9 grams more than the one next to it. There's a bit of a size difference. It's massive compared to the C9. It's almost an entire wing length longer, but that's not what we're concerned with right now. We're going to get a weight for it and see how much downforce this thing actually makes. So it's 89.0, 94.0. So it's 5 grams biased to the rear. Let's find out what happens when we turn the wind on. That's unexpected. A little more on the nose, but the tail actually lightened. Alright, I was a little bit bothered by the results of that last test. I felt like a wing that sits that high off the body should do something, make some type of downforce, something of any kind. So we've already determined that this is a very heavy body compared to others. Just a side note, if you look at the bottom, the rear body mounts are stuck out quite a bit from the body on sort of long, I don't know what you call those, extensions, and it will not fit on a PN chassis, the 2.5W. The sides here, this part and this part actually hit. I believe it's only 48 centimeters across, and our standard body, when you look at them, are quite a bit wider, and they don't have the pylons that extend out. The actual body mount extends out, and it's about 66 millimeters. So this is why a standard body will fit on the PN 2.5W chassis, but not the new Toyota GT1. You can see the pylons holding the actual body mounts out away from the sides of the car. And here, they're actually mounted to the side of the car. I hope that's not a trend that Kyosho is planning to start with future bodies, because it is very unfortunate. Anyway, started looking at this, trying to figure out why it didn't make lift. With something that high off the back, it should make plenty of lift in a downward direction and push the car down. And as you can see, it does have suspension that is able to be pushed down. So I started looking at it and noticed that the wing is a bit cupped. It goes down and then back up through here. The bottom is pretty good. It's a fairly curved surface, the way a wing should be, in a proper airfoil. So I thought, why not do a little bit of testing and change some things. I think the body is absolutely beautiful. That's why I bought it. So what I've done is I have created a one-piece wing that will basically attach straight in the gap. It will be basically unnoticeable once it's on the car. It will fill in the divot that it has. It's kind of a concave surface. It's now going to be flat, and I've also added basically a wicker bill that will increase the effective angle of attack. I'll get that secured, and we'll see what it does with the wind on. Alright, that's been secured on. I've just basically used some clear tape, and it now is a flat surface here instead of concave. It has this extra wicker bill on the top, and on the bottom you can see I didn't tape it terribly well, but I don't think it will affect the airfoil shape too badly. I did alright. It's good enough. And at this point all we gotta do is see what happens when we put it to the test. Zero the scales, drop it on. I'm sure it's about a gram or two heavier. Not bad. 95.4, 1 gram more than before. Let's find out what happens with the tail of this thing. 88.6, 95.4. Ooh, those two right away. I'm just going to do random wind speed here and find out what happens. Now it's actually making more downforce than the C9s. Really a nice modification. Glad we did that. And it was an easy mod. It cost me nothing. I had just a little bit of this plastic left over from a package that I had a torque wrench in. But if you want to make that change to your car, feel free. It's clear. It's barely noticeable. I don't even think that anybody would care that you did it, but that makes a world of difference. Anyway, there you have it. The Toyota GT1 body has now been made effective. I was not able to deal with having a wing on a car that was pointless and did nothing, because then it would sort of be a Honda. Ha! Just kidding, Honda people. Teasing you a little bit. Anyway, the Toyota GT1, now a good race car. I can't wait to try it at the track. See you there on Sunday.